up, players? So yeah, man. Today's topic. So not too long ago, I had made a TikTok page trying to become a part of this whole, I found out from some girl that, you can get paid by TikTok just for views, like literally just for views. Like people don't have to engage. People don't have to do the video. They don't have to share none of that stuff. You don't got to get 1 million followers. You can monetize TikTok videos strictly through views. And I'm like, damn, that's fucking crazy. That's wild, bro. So I started this little page. It's called The Healthy Hustle. And I started whatchamacallit. And then, it's so there it is right there. The Healthy Hustle. As you can see, ever since all right, so this video down here that I posted, this one right here. This one. Posted that video, and then I did it. I posted it. I put some hashtags in there, like I usually do this, so I can jump onto certain algorithms or whatnot. And then, bro, from within 20 hours of me posting that video, it had 38,000 views. And I'm talking about 80 comments, 4,000 likes. Up to now, it's right now it's 72,000 views, 354 saves, 144 comments, and 4,700 likes. That's me as a nobody just posting that shit, and then for some reason the shit blew up, and I'm not even understanding what I did for it to do that. So I'm trying to mimic the same thing. I tried to go into my personal TikTok and post a video. I posted the video with no watermarks in it. I made sure it was a screen recorded video so that there's nobody else's tagged Instagram or TikTok in it, because TikTok won't push those kind of videos onto the algorithm. If it's an authentic looking video where it looks like you made it yourself, then for sure they'll put that onto the algorithm. A lot of people will see it or whatnot. Now, this video that I posted, the entire page, I say about 90% of the videos are in Spanish, right? So, man, everybody commenting. I'm not sure if it's because of the people that are in the video and that everyone recognizes it. But the point is, just for that reason, 72,000 people wouldn't have been reached. You know what I mean? And I remember some girl that I tell you, she told me that if you structure your TikTok business profile properly, it'll you can get it to where for every 1,000 views you get $100, or 1,000 views is $10 or something like that. But right now I'd probably have $720 for these 72,000 views. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I even posted a second video the same way with captions. I did it with what else? I did hashtags. I even asked ChatGPT, what are good hashtags so that I can reach the community of TikTok or whatnot. And bro, for some reason, this one video, this has been one day. I posted it yesterday. Let me see when I posted it. Let me see if it even says. Look, another follower. People, every time I open the app, I get 6-7 followers in my face. When did I post it? When does it? Analytics. It doesn't say when. Okay, look, posted on July 28th, 3 p.m. So it's been active for a day and 4 hours. And it's reached 72,245 views. Total play time, 829 hours. That's crazy. And the new followers because of this one video was 306. When I started this, before I posted this, I had 60 followers. And now I have... Oh, get out of the way. Now I have 307. Wait, how does that make sense? Okay, so that wasn't the amount of followers I just said wasn't because of the video. That just means, I guess it was delayed on the... I don't know. That's weird. But I've never had at one time in 1 hour 100 profile views. I'm not a fucking TikToker. I don't stream anything. All I do is these live videos on YouTube because I want this to be documented and saved, because I want it to I want my son and my family, if anything ever happens to me, I want them to see these videos and really see who I am and what I'm about, how smart I really am, you know, how interesting and how weird I am, you know what I'm saying? But like how dedicated I was to making something happen. You know, it's gonna be the food truck, it's gonna be me buying a property, it's gonna be me taking loans out to get other stuff. It's gonna be, hey, if I gotta monetize TikTok, if I gotta monetize YouTube, I'm gonna get into this too. So since right now I have the time to do so, you know, I'm trying to monetize everything possible. So what I'm trying to do is, you know, figure out how it is that I made that one video in one day reach 72,000 views. And then like I posted one a little while ago, and right now it's got 208 views. So like, you know, and that was about an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So it's not going at the same rate as the one that blew up, obviously, but I'm trying to figure out what it was. Like, I wish I had fans or followers on here. I'll be like, yo, I'd be asking, hey chat, you know, like, well, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What's up? What do I got to do? You know, so like, I don't have that support. So literally all I have to do is to like watch videos and like educate myself, you know what I'm saying? So like always, like everything that I've done in my life, you know, if I had to do something, I had to learn how to do it myself alone, you know, with no guidance. You know, I said, fuck it. The internet is a humongous fucking cesspool of information and most of it's free. So I took advantage of that and said, fuck it. You know what? Why not, dude? So I kind of thought about it. I should have even, you know, thought about looking for like videos for TikTok. You know what? Fuck it. I might as well do that too, right? I might as well just fucking look for a little video right quick. Let's see. Why did only one of my TikTok videos get views? Let's see what they got. Let's fucking share the screen so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So, all right. How to fix 0 views on TikTok in 2025. 11 tips for creators. The real reason TikTok stopped giving you views. Why TikTok suddenly stopped giving views. Let's see here. Basically cheating. The new method is blowing up all small channels. Let's look at that. Let's see how long is this shit though. 13 minutes, son of a bitch. 0 view glitch. If your videos get 0 views, do this. Let's see what this guy got to say.
Look, you could spend thousands hiring a professional video editor. Or you could use an...
If you're constantly uploading videos and you're getting less than 10 views, it can be really demotivating. Getting views on YouTube is actually pretty easy. So if you're struggling, I can guarantee it's because you're doing one of these 6 things wrong. And once you go through what I'm about to show you and fix these, you're going to see...
Not YouTube, G. I'm looking for TikTok, homie. All right, let me go back. Shadow ban fix after every upload. 14 things you must do after loading a YouTube video. How I solve TikTok 0 views wrong. Whatever, let's check this out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Yalan app. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I myself was able to fix and solve the TikTok 0 views problem. So if you're currently having problems that your TikTok videos, they're getting 0 views constantly, and you want to be able to fix this problem, well then this video is going to be perfect for you. So as you can see on my own TikTok right here, I don't have any video right now that actually have 0 views. As you can see, some of them actually, I mean, they quite often actually peak at 300, unfortunately for me right now.
But I don't want 300. I'm talking about like hundreds of thousands of views so I can monetize, big dog.
But that is basically because I don't have that good watch time, unfortunately. But as you can see, one video has 2,000 views, but no 0 views actually, and before they did, and this is how I was able to fix it. So what you're going to do firstly is to just open up your TikTok app, and you should come to this page right here. Come to your profile, and now what you're going to do,
I think this one looks obviously I'm being sold by the small picture, 0 views to 5 million, so it's like kind of like obviously it's not going to be like that, and there might be like paying involved, but you know what, it's a better video than this guy, because this guy doesn't even have over 1,000 views on none of his videos. So let's
whether you have a brand new account or you have an established account on TikTok, you've more than likely faced 0 views on a video before, or you're more than likely facing it right now. And I completely understand you feel frustrated because of the amount of work you put into a piece of content to only see no recognition for it. Well, no need to stress yourself out, because in this video I'm going to show you 5 reasons on why your videos are getting 0 views and solutions to fix it. Now make sure to stick around for the very last solution, because if none of the other solutions work for you, this one will solve all of it. If you don't know me, my name is Hunter, and I help creators and brands grow and monetize on social media. So if you want weekly tips and tricks make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. And this video is both for personal brands or faceless accounts. I know that both of them have two different content styles, but this is a pretty universal video on the reasonings behind 0 view videos. All right, let's get into the video so I can help you get out of the 0 view range. All right, the very first issue that is coming up when people are saying, Hunter, I have 0 views. It's posting too frequently from starting a brand new account. I've talked about this in previous videos, but a lot of people will start an account and within 10 minutes of opening it, post their very first video. And this more than usually will lead to 0 views on videos. You see, when you first start a TikTok account, TikTok has no idea who you are, and they probably look at you as like a bot, like every other account that gets started. So one thing I recommend to people is once you start a brand new account, you want to engage for the first 24 hours on accounts within your niche. And by this, I mean commenting, liking, sharing, saving, and following accounts. By making sure TikTok knows that you're an actual human with actual human interaction behind it. So whenever you start a brand new account, always make sure to warm it up for the first 24 hours. But obviously, once those 24 hours have passed, post once a day for the first week, and then you can ramp it up to around 2 to 3 times a day. Obviously, you can go more, you can go less. It is completely up to you, but make sure you stay consistent. All right, the very second reason that you are more than likely at 0 views is your video is simply under review. Now, this is something that TikTok's had for a very long time. Usually, whenever you have a brand new account or your account's had community guideline strikes, TikTok will automatically put your video under review. This is just to help TikTok review your video to make sure that it meets their guidelines and it's not spam or scammy or anything of those means. I mean, if you own TikTok, would you automatically allow a creator that's posted terrible things in the past?
Playbook has handled all of my proposals, my contracts, and my payments so that I can focus on what I actually love doing.
To keep posting, immediately getting views within the first 15 minutes of posting? Probably not. So what they do is they categorize the video and put it away for the next 24 hours or so, and then they just review it, usually by an actual rep, and they'll post it if it's deemed good. If it's not deemed good, they will hold it off and strike it. But sometimes you are an unfortunate individual and you're a brand new account, and sometimes they just will categorize your brand new video under review. What you do in this scenario is you're not going to delete and repost it, because that brings me to my next point, which is duplicated content. Now, this is a very, very big reason none of you guys are getting views, is because TikTok will mark it as ineligible for the For You page. And this is something that it doesn't necessarily tell you right away. You actually have to click on your insights and it will say ineligible at the very top. Now, what this means is that TikTok has already seen this video on the platform, to put it as simply as that. There are also other reasons, but that is probably the majority of you that are facing this issue have. A lot of faceless accounts will get this warning, but something that affects all types of accounts is actually this. Now, let's say for some reason you delete a video on your account and you want to re-upload it. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get an ineligible for the For You page. And this is because TikTok understands that that video has already been posted. Regardless if it was on your account or someone else's, they're automatically going to say it's ineligible. Now, in reality, this problem does affect a lot of people without them actually knowing it. Obviously, you can go ahead and appeal that, but this is definitely a huge issue that a lot of you guys might be facing. Now, if you're a faceless account and you just simply keep getting these like ineligibility for the For You page strikes, I would go ahead and actually add more effects to the video with color overlays. Make sure you have subtitles on the video. And also a huge thing that I've noticed that's worked recently is flipping the video horizontally. This tricks the algorithm a majority of the time. So make sure you guys try this out and see if it works for you. Now, the fourth reason is restricted topics and keywords. TikTok automatically limits certain types of content. Now, by this, I mean content that is deemed inappropriate for TikTok viewers. Now, obviously, that's a no-brainer, but make sure you never mention anything illegal within the caption or within the video. TikTok will immediately flag certain words inside of your video and actually hold the video for review. More than likely, it will end off with a community guideline strike. So what I like to do to make sure I don't fall into this issue is to make sure I'm posting legal stuff, not illegal stuff, and also making sure that content that I'm talking about has before been posted. And if you're only 50% sure that this piece of content you're about to post is good for the platform, just don't post it. Simple as that. Obviously, it's good to spark controversy, and that's a big reason that a lot of videos have gone viral for myself, but there are lines that you should not cross. So the fifth and final reason onto why your videos might be getting 0 views and might be a bigger issue for a lot of you is shadow ban devices. Now, before I get into it, the solution to this is going to help a lot of you if you just want to have a fresh start on TikTok and have absolutely no variables affecting it. If you've created multiple accounts on TikTok, and I mean multiple, and a few of them have gotten banned, your device has more than likely been limited by TikTok. When you sign up to TikTok and you agree to terms and services, they understand exactly what Wi-Fi you're connected to, the phone you have. They will understand if you're creating a new account. Every new account you create, TikTok understands all of the previous accounts you've had, at least on that device. Because TikTok does not want previous people that have community guideline strikes repeatedly, gotten banned, to continue to post off of brand new accounts. They already know what content they're going to probably post and what it's going to lead to. So to help themselves, they'll just automatically limit your videos. So I've had this issue before, and this is the exact process I went through to actually fix this. I recommend buying a cheap phone, usually like an iPhone SE will do, or any phone that has a SIM card slot and you can download TikTok on. Usually you can go on eBay or Facebook Marketplace to actually find this. From here, you're going to just get the phone and then go on J1 Sims. Or just get a SIM card that is refillable so you can put it inside of the phone. Now, you're obviously then going to utilize that phone to continue to post on TikTok. If you want an in-depth guide on how to actually put the phone together with a SIM card and set it up properly, there's tons of guides on YouTube, so I'm sure you can find that. But for the sake of this video, I won't go super in-depth on this. But this is the best solution when it comes to actually solving the 0 views issue. Sometimes you just need a fresh new account with no variables at all. So if all else fails, try this method and let me know how it works. Also, if you want to join Creator Access with 400 other members learning to grow and monetize on social media, then click the link in the description.
Of course. There's always something to be sold, my boy. I understand. I get it. That's what makes the world go round. Let's try this TikTok algorithm explained. She looks cute anyway, so whatever.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This is the only video you'll ever need to watch when it comes to the TikTok algorithm, because when you can understand the core operating system of how the algorithm actually works, it doesn't matter how many times the algorithm changes. You'll always be able to work with it instead of against it. In this video, we're going to break down how TikTok's algorithm works, specifically the For You page and TikTok search, what you can do to apply that knowledge as a creator who is trying to grow and reach more people, and what to do if you think you're shadow banned. Whenever I make an algorithm video like this one, I only ever pull from the source themselves, so everything I'm teaching today is from what TikTok themselves have said. With that said, timestamps and resources will be linked below. Let's jump in. What is the algorithm? First things first, there are hundreds and thousands of algorithms operating at one time to give you, the user, the best experience across the entire app. The foundations of TikTok's algorithm is powered by recommendation systems. These recommendation systems are designed to deliver content to each user that is likely to keep them on the app for longer and create a more personalized experience for each user. That's why everyone's For You page is so different, and even sometimes your search results could vary per user. Let's start with, how does the For You page recommendation system work? The For You page is part of what enables connection and discovery. Discovery being the key word here, because this is where TikTok mostly shows you content from accounts that you don't follow. The simple way the algorithm works here is in 2 steps. Step 1, TikTok studies what a user is interested in, and step 2, TikTok shows that user videos within their interests that they think they will likely engage with. How does that actually work? How does TikTok study what each user is interested in? There are 3 main ways. The first, when someone creates a TikTok account, they're asked what they're interested in and what they're looking to discover. This alone sets the parameter of what their For You page will start to look like. Second, a user's device and account settings, like language preferences, country settings, location, time zone, and even your device type or settings. These factors are included to make sure the systems optimize for best performance for your specific device, and even potentially show you content that's relevant to you in your generalized location or country. No, this does not mean that you will only ever see content in your city, because TikTok themselves has said that these factors, number 2, receive the lowest weight in the recommendation system out of everything else that they look at. Then the third way that they study what each user is interested in is by studying your interactions and non-actions within the app, like watching, liking, commenting, etc. Now, this one is the one that's most important because it is the most current data that TikTok has to analyze every single day that you open their app. Any sort of action or inaction that you make on their app is what TikTok refers to as interest signals. Here are just some of the interest signals that TikTok pays attention to. Whether a user watches a video or skips a video. If they did watch, how long did they watch for? Are you liking, commenting, saving, or sharing a piece of content? Which accounts do you follow? Which accounts have you followed most recently? And even the content you create. Yes, the content that you create affects what you see on your For You page. So once TikTok studies all of your interest signals and they have an understanding of what a user is interested in, they will then move on to step 2, which is choosing videos to push to your For You page. How do they choose which videos to push? Videos on the For You page are ranked by matching user interests to a video's information, which I feel like is pretty self-explanatory, right? You're going to match somebody's interests to the topic of a video or video's information. Now, what sort of video information does the algorithm look at? What information about a video are they studying? The algorithm will pay attention to a video's captions, text on screen, sound, hashtags, effects, trending topics, number of views, and country or city it was posted in. TikTok studies all of that info and then tries its best to match your interests with relevant videos that they think you'll also engage with. So if I'm a user and I skip past a bunch of makeup, get ready with me videos, but I spend time watching and engaging with dessert content, it's probably safe to assume I want to see more desserts and recipes on my For You page. So TikTok will go out and find a variety of dessert videos to show me. They'll seek out videos that have dessert mentioned in the caption, with dessert on the text on screen, showing a dessert in the frame. And because they're trying to show me content that they think I will engage with, they'll likely show me videos that are performing well, videos that have a high engagement rate already or a longer retention rate. Things like that. Before we break down how you can use this understanding of the algorithm to your advantage as a creator and how to apply it for growth, let's first talk about how search recommendation system works, because they're going to overlap in a second. We see the TikTok search feature come up in 2 main ways. 1, search, where you actually go to search for content on TikTok, and 2, in recommended search terms throughout the app. This could be in search results under others searched for, or even on your For You page. While you're discovering content and scrolling, you'll see this under the video on your feed where they just like suggest a search, or like in comments, they'll suggest a specific search phrase. So they'll prompt you to search for different things. What we are most interested in as a creator is understanding when you are searching for something, how is TikTok choosing which videos to show us in those results? Here are some examples of information that may influence the videos that are appearing in search. Relevance and content information. Basically, how well does the content match your search inquiry based on things like the video's caption, text, hashtags, and maybe even the sound that's used. Engagement, how well is a video engaging with other users? User interactions. TikTok will also look at your past search behavior and the content that you like, share, comment on, or watch to determine which videos to pull up for you. Say you've recently watched a video on clean eating and then you saved it, and a week later you search for clean eating, that video might appear. Or if you follow a specific creator and you search for something and they have a video on that topic, their videos might appear. Or even content from a similar content creator, their videos might appear. Different things like that. And finally, user information like your device settings, languages, location. Of these 4 factors, TikTok has said for most users, content information, how well the video content itself matches the specific search term, is generally weighed more heavily than the other factors. Now, with all that said, we know what TikTok pays attention to the most. So how can you use this knowledge to your advantage when you start creating content? You need to think like the algorithm. What you need to do is become a mastermind of who you want to reach. Think about your target audience. What videos are they engaging with? What topics do they want to see on their For You page? What videos do they skip? What are they searching for in search, and try to create that content. This is why so many coaches give the advice of like, know your target audience. If you have a clear picture of who you want to create content for, how you could help them, encourage them, entertain them, you're already one step closer to working with the algorithm, because that's also what the algorithm is studying. When you start to think this way, like the algorithm, you can literally predict what sort of content will be the most relevant to your audience, therefore predict which videos will likely perform the best for you. Let's apply this practically, shall we? How can you work with the algorithm to show up in search results? Think about your target audience. What do you think they're searching for on TikTok right now? Let's say it's low light houseplants. You're a plant content creator, and
that's a very vast subject, like TikTok has everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's difficult. Like the video I posted is about like, you know, the story of 3 Latinos that are immigrants that are, that they have to hustle and they're struggling just to fucking, you know, help their family out or whatever the fuck. And it was a pretty long video. It was like 3 minutes long. So like they say that like the shorter videos get more attention, but like that was like a 3-4 minute video, and it was about like 3 Latinos being sad and shit like that. So like, you know, it's hard to that one blew up. So like, you know, now it's gonna be hard for me to figure out now that what makes me think is that those kind of videos are gonna blow up. And now like, you know, I'm gonna have to like look for another one posted and then see if that's the case. And then it's just such a vast fucking ocean of like, you know, topics and subjects and different things and different genres and everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's such a melting pot of, I don't even know the word for it, man. Like of like niches, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck, that shit's vast, bro. It's hard.
You know, a common question that you get asked is like,
I kill plants a lot. My apartment has no natural lighting. What sort of plants could I have in my dorm? You know, like what sort of plants can I keep in a low light environment?
so what you're going to do, you're going to search that phrase on TikTok, see what videos are performing well within that search, and take note of that general style. Then you're going to make your own video talking about low light houseplants using what you're kind of seeing as a common factor with popular TikTok videos. Make sure TikTok knows that you're targeting that search phrase by using the phrase low light houseplants when talking, in your caption, in the pop-up text, in the hashtags. The more you make it clear to the algorithm what you're targeting, the easier it is for them to push it out to the right people. Now, how can you work with the algorithm to show up on the For You page? This one's a little trickier. We're gonna still think about our audience again, the same way the algorithm would. Remember, the algorithm's #1 priority is studying what a user is interested in. So ask yourself, what type of content would my audience be interested in seeing on their For You page? This one's harder because there's like a wider scope here. We know from TikTok it could be a specific topic that they want to see, or even like a specific style of videos that they like. Clean with me's, get ready with me's, story times. Or maybe there's a trend in your niche or a trending sound that they just think is hilarious and they're constantly engaging with. Think of all of those things and just pick one aspect. Whatever that one aspect is, you're going to study how other creators are applying it in a way that keeps their videos high engaging. After studying those creators, you're gonna then again apply what you've learned to your own video. When you post it, post with as much information as possible so the algorithm knows your video is relevant, utilizing captions, text on screen, hashtags, sounds, location tags, whatever is relevant to your video and your audience's interests. If you're having a hard time picturing who your target audience is and predicting what kind of content they would even be interested in, there's another way that you could find your target audience to figure out what they'd be interested in. All you have to do is go to your competitor or a niche neighbor or creator that you aspire to be like, look at their recent videos, see what recent videos are performing well, and then of their top performing videos, go to the comments section. If you want to be a creator like them, their audience is likely your target audience too. Look to see what comments they're getting, what sort of questions that audience is asking, and then you could create your own videos based off of feedback you see on other creators' content. Now, what do you do if you think you are shadow banned on TikTok? First things first, you got to do an account check. What you're going to do is go to the 3 lines in the top right of your profile, choose TikTok Studio, and then account check. If it comes back as all clear, you're not shadow banned. Here's the thing. I feel like shadow banned is like this term that was like coined on Instagram and then people just brought it over to TikTok when their reach was low. But TikTok doesn't want to shadow ban you. They're not out to get you. They want people on their app. They want creators to have a good experience because it benefits them when creators are having a good experience. Most of the time when somebody says,
I think I'm shadow banned,
they're not. They just don't have the right strategy in place. I coach content creators on the day-to-day. I have a Slack community with my students. I'm in there Monday through Friday. I am constantly studying accounts and helping people make sure they're not shadow banned with their content strategy, all the things. And 99% of the time when I do a TikTok audit, we come to the conclusion that they're actually not shadow banned. It's actually us, the creators, the ones that accidentally self-sabotage our own growth by not having the right strategy. And then we try to blame it on the algorithm because that's way easier than trying to take responsibility and figure out how you could fix your strategy. I know that's kind of hard to hear, but in reality, there's only been one instance where I worked with a student that didn't pass an account check. And it's because they were posting content that didn't follow the community guidelines. So her content did get flagged for a bit. But again, their account didn't pass their account check. They were posting content that violated the community guidelines, and that's why their content was being suppressed. But if you're somebody who you pass an account check and you're posting content that doesn't break community guidelines, but for some reason you're still stuck at that like 200 jail and you're like,
I swear I'm shadow banned.
nothing seems to be working. It's not an algorithm problem. It's actually a content strategy problem. So if that sounds like you, I actually have an advanced class where I teach content creators how to break out of that 200 view jail and finally grow their accounts to over 100,000 followers. I'll be sure to link that below if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in. In the meantime, watch this video next because YouTube thinks you'll like it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Follow your joy. Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. She's fucking pretty as fuck. Fucking smart too. That's what makes her pretty. But good information. I'm already at 30 minutes. So I'm gonna cut this one short. I gotta get something to drink, right? And good information. That was awesome. Anyways, all right. Deuces. I got 84 grams of protein. 84 grams of protein in just this one fucking little lunch, bro. Isn't that awesome, bro? That's a lot of